Welcome back to Cruise News. Hi, we're Joe and Donna, your hosts for this podcast on our YouTube channel, Travel 1609. We started this channel after we retired as university professors. We are thrilled that we have reached over 6 million viewers thanks to people like you. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into a significant arrival on the North American cruising scene, the brand new MSC World America, now calling Miami home. This isn't just another ship, it's MSC's largest ever, built specifically for us cruising out of the U.S.
Yeah, it really is. And, the arrival of a flagship vessel like this, especially in a major hub like Miami, it really signals a cruise line's ambitions, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It makes you wonder about their whole strategy for this market.
Exactly.
And Miami, well, everyone knows it's the undisputed cruise capital. I mean, just to give some perspective, a staggering 8.2 million cruise passengers passed through Port Miami between October 2023 and September 2024.
Wow, 8.2 million. That's just incredible volume.
It really is.
Yeah.
And now MSC, a huge European player, third or fourth largest globally, they're making this very deliberate push into North America.
They really are putting their chips down here.
Yeah, they're set to have 6 ships based in Florida alone next year, so it's clear they mean business.
Definitely suggests a long-term commitment,
Yeah.
To this side of the Atlantic. They've been building their presence, and this World America feels like a real statement piece.
Exactly, a statement piece. And it's not just sitting there. It's already done its maiden voyage, set sail from Miami back on April 12th, 2025.
Already out there.
Right. So for our deep dive today, we're going to sift through that initial buzz, reviews from media previews, firsthand accounts from people actually on that first sailing.
Get the early scoop.
Our mission, figure out what really makes MSC World America stand out in this, well, pretty crowded sea of cruise ships. Okay, so let's unpack this thing. Where should we start?
Well, maybe with a grand welcome, the arrival, the naming ceremony that often sets the tone, right?
Yeah.
Shows how they want the ship to be seen.
Good point. So the MSC World America was officially christened on April 9th, 2025. And the location itself was interesting, the brand new MSC Miami Cruise Terminal.
Oh, right, the huge new terminal.
Yeah, which, believe it or not, is apparently the largest cruise terminal in the world now. Talk about a fitting stage.
Building that kind of infrastructure alongside this ship, I mean, that really underscores the scale of their investment here. It's not just the ship, it's the whole ecosystem.
Exactly. And the ceremony itself had a bit of Hollywood glamour. Actress Drew Barrymore, she's the ship's godmother.
Sorry, I saw that.
She was there, along with Orlando Bloom. People might know them from MSC's Let's Holiday campaign.
Tying it all together.
Yeah.
Using familiar faces like that, it's a smart move, right?
Yeah.
Builds brand recognition, makes it feel more accessible to the American audience.
Totally. The whole event sounded like a big deal. Travel partners, media, MSC execs everywhere. And then after the naming, they did a celebratory sailing over to Ocean Cay.
Their private island, yeah.
MSC Marine Reserve, they wanted to show off all the key pieces right away.
Makes sense. Ocean Cay is such a big part of their Caribbean offering. Showing it off right from the start highlights a key differentiator for them.
And while they were there, the MSC Foundation actually launched its new Marine Conservation Center.
Oh, interesting. What's that about?
It's going to focus on research, education, specifically coral reef restoration. It's definitely a nod towards sustainability.
It's a significant move. Good to see cruise lines investing in that side of things. Aligns with what a lot of travelers care about now.
And here's a fun little thing from the arrival. They actually snagged a Guinness World Record on the way to Miami.
A world record for what?
Longest line of Lego ships.
Lego ships? Seriously?
Yep, 291 feet long. Kind of whimsical, right, for such a giant vessel?
Uh-huh. That's pretty funny. It does sort of hint at maybe a blend of, the grand scale and something a bit more fun on board.
Maybe so. Okay, so big arrival, fancy ceremony, Lego ships. Now let's get into the ship itself. First impressions, design, layout. This thing is a giant.
Seriously huge. What are the stats again?
22 decks, over 154 feet wide, carries up to 6,764 passengers, plus over 2,100 crew. It's practically a floating city.
Wow. Managing the flow for that many people is a huge design challenge. I heard they're using that district concept. 7 of them.
Yeah, that's a key feature they're highlighting. These 7 distinct onboard districts meant to help guests navigate and sort of choose their own adventure.
Districts. Sounds familiar.
Right. Some early reviews have definitely noted a sense of déjà vu, drawing parallels with Royal Caribbean, actually.
The neighborhood concept.
Exactly. People are mentioning an indoor promenade that feels a bit like the Royal Promenade, an outdoor one, maybe like the boardwalk.
Well, from a strategic standpoint, it makes sense, doesn't it? Incorporate elements that are already popular in North America. The question is, can they put their own MSC spin on it?
Good question. Let's look at some of these districts. First, there's the Yacht Club.
Ah, yes, the classic MSC ship within a ship. Their luxury offering, right?
Right.
Private lounge, dining, pool,
More exclusive vibe.
pretty much. Then, way up on Deck 19, you've got Family Ventura. Sounds like Kid Central.
What's in there? Indoor-outdoor space, ropes course called Adventure Trail, water slides, and something called the Jaw Drop, an 11-deck dry slide.
11 decks. Yeah, they're definitely going for the family market, competing with the big players on thrills.
Seems like it. And there's also the Cliffhanger, that overwater swing ride. Costs $5 apparently, and you got to be over 7 and a certain height.
The upcharged thrill rides. Becoming pretty standard now, isn't it? Offers extra excitement for those who want it, keeps the base fare maybe a bit lower.
Yeah, maybe. Family Ventura also have a Sportplex basketball, badminton, even bumper cars.
Bumper cars at sea.
Okay, and a Lego play area, Durham Kids Clubs. Moving down, the Aqua Deck, decks 18 and 19, that's where you find the main outdoor pool, Mar Azul.
Right.
And an indoor one called the Botanic Garden Pool. Sounds like it has a leafy theme. Plus, lots of hot tubs.
Good to have options. Indoor and outdoor pools are key for Caribbean cruising.
Then there's the Zen area, adults only, pool, sun deck, a quiet disco.
Essential on a big family ship, having those adult-only zones.
Okay, next district, Galleria and the Terraces. This sounds like the main indoor hub.
The indoor promenade, yeah. Shops, dining.
Exactly. Shops, restaurants, entertainment. They've got a place called the Loft, comedy, karaoke, dueling pianos. A diner-style spot, pizza and burgers that's free and open late. Getting good buzz already.
Free late-night food is always a win.
Luna Park Arena for events. A 2-story pub called Masters of the Sea.
2 stories.
Yeah. And above it, a gin bar called the Gin Project. They even have an onboard brewery. And the whole ceiling is like a digital screen that changes colors.
Wow, okay, so that's the central high-energy zone.
Seems like it. And finally, there's the promenade. Mostly an outdoor walkway, bars, restaurants, and interestingly, inward-facing balcony cabins overlooking it.
Inward-facing balconies, like on the Oasis-class ships. Gives a different perspective, maybe more sheltered.
Yeah. Out there, you find places like Sweet Temptations Candy, ice cream, and the All-Star Sports Bar.
So a real mix of indoor and outdoor public spaces.
Definitely. The one critique I saw in early feedback was about potential choke points, bottlenecks in hallways, something to watch on a ship this big.
Always a challenge with that many people. Traffic flow is critical. They often tweak things after the first few sailings.
Right. Okay, let's switch gears to food and drink. They're boasting 19 dining venues and 18 bars and lounges.
19 and 18. You'd need a long cruise to try everything.
Seriously, that pizza and burgers place we mentioned, getting good early reviews, free late night. Apparently the pizza's good. Maybe avoid the mac and cheese, though, based on one report.
Good to know. For pizza is always appreciated.
Then there's Italy, a high-end, for-fee Italian place. Apparently it's the only standalone Italy at sea.
Oh, Italy. That's a big name. That could be a real draw for foodies. Suggests a focus on quality.
Yeah, sounds promising. We mentioned the Masters of the Sea Pub and the Gin Project Bar. They also have an Elixir Mixology Bar, offers classes too for a fee.
Mixology classes, interesting.
And a speakeasy. You need a special coin to get in. Adds a bit of fun, right?
Definitely. Themed bars, speakeasies, creates different vibes, little discoveries around the ship.
For healthier stuff, there's Zest Juice, bar smoothies, bowls, also for fee. And then, of course, the main dining rooms, Hexagon, Bubbles, La Folia, La Dune, plus the buffets, Il Mercato, and La Brasserie.
So a huge range. Casual buffet, main dining, specialty, quick bites. Covers all the bases.
One thing someone noted, though, MSC is known for massive buffets, right? But apparently, World America doesn't have a dedicated poolside grill like some lines do, or like a separate pizza place in the main atrium area.
That's an interesting difference. Maybe leaning more heavily on the buffet or those specific venues like pizza and burgers for casual daytime stuff.
Could be. And as usual, they offer dining packages for the specialty spots if you want to try a few.
Right, often a good way to save if you plan on hitting multiple paid restaurants.
Okay, what about entertainment? Keeping all those people busy.
Yeah, what's on offer?
Well, the World Theater has shows like Queen Symphonic and a Dirty Dancing celebration. Interestingly, the theater itself is reportedly a bit smaller than on some other megaships.
Smaller theater, that could actually be good. More intimate feel, maybe better connection with the performers.
That's what some people said, yeah. Beyond the big shows, there's live music all over, karaoke, game shows, that all-star sports bar.
Standard stuff, but lots of it.
And don't forget the unique things: cliffhanger swing, jaw drop slide, bumper cars, Formula One simulators, lots of active stuff.
Definitely aiming for that something for everyone approach.
Yeah.
Mixing passive entertainment with active thrills.
So where do you sleep after all that? Let's talk cabins. Reports say they're pretty similar to MSC's Seaside class.
Okay, so fairly modern design.
Sounds like it. Comfortable king bed that splits into twins, sofa bed, desk vanity area, and lots of outlets. European, universal, USB-C, regular USB. That's good.
Oh yeah, plenty of charging options is key these days. Everyone travels with multiple devices.
The one potential downside mentioned was storage space. Might be a bit tight if you have 3 or 4 people crammed in one cabin.
That's pretty common, unfortunately, especially in standard balconies. You gotta pack smart.
Now, what about the overall vibe? Service, atmosphere. MSC has that strong European background, right?
Right, so you expect a more international feel on board, which could be great, mixing with people from all over. Announcements might be in a few languages.
Although reports from the Maiden voyage, which probably had a lot of Americans, said it was mostly English.
They'll likely adapt based on the passenger mix for each sailing.
And the service style might feel a bit different than, say, American lines. Maybe a touch more formal, less casual banter sometimes.
Possibly. It's just a different cultural approach sometimes. Good to know what to expect. And gratuities are automatic, right?
Yep, automatically added to your account. Standard practice now.
Okay.
A huge part of the experience for these Caribbean sailings is Ocean Cay, MSC's private island in the Bahamas.
Right there, Marine Reserve. Heard great things about it.
Sounds beautiful. Natural beaches, calm lagoon, free lounge chairs, free beach, BBQ. You can rent cabanas if you want. Big plus. Your drink and internet packages work there too.
Oh, that's fantastic. Not all private islands do that. Makes it seamless, adds real value.
Totally. Okay, so now let's dig into some of those first-hand accounts we mentioned. What are people actually saying after sailing on it?
Yeah, the real passenger experience. Always interesting to hear.
So, keeping in mind the Maiden voyage had a lot of industry folks, which might skew things a bit.
Right. Might not be a totally typical cruise.
But the overall feeling seems really positive. People are using words like amazing, exciting. The comparisons to Royal's Oasis class keep coming up.
Naturally.
But with this feeling that World America is, I don't know, different, maybe more elevated or classier, that's the vibe some are getting.
Interesting. So familiar concepts maybe, but executed with a different, perhaps more sophisticated feel. That could be MSC's angle.
Could be. The layout is getting praised too. People saying it's intuitive, easy to find your way around despite the size. No dead ends, which is great.
That's crucial on a megaship. Good wayfinding makes a huge difference.
But yeah, still huge, lots of walking involved. The color scheme is also being mentioned, quite muted apparently, adding to that luxury, classy vibe.
Deliberate design choice then, aiming for sophistication over maybe bright, high-energy colors you see elsewhere.
And here's a detail I loved. Free chicken wings at Luna Park Pizza and Burger.
Huh. See, it's the little things. Free wings get noticed.
Totally. And consistently positive comments about the staff friendliness in these early reports too.
That's always a good sign. Points to good training and morale, hopefully.
Okay, so finally, let's circle back to this whole Americanization idea. It seems pretty clear MSC is making a specific effort with World America for this market.
It pretty much said so, right?
Yeah.
That it's different from World Europa.
Yeah, about 30% different in design, they claim. And you see it in things like the all-star sports bar, that dirty dancing show, things likely to resonate here.
And the food, too, presumably.
Yeah.
More geared towards American taste.
That's the expectation, yeah. It's a strategic adaptation, right? They need to appeal to North American cruisers.
Absolutely. It's about blending their European identity, which is also a selling point, with features and flavors that feel familiar and comfortable to the primary market for these sailings. It's a balancing act.
So wrapping things up, MSC World America, it's this massive, impressive new ship, seems to be blending some familiar, popular cruise features with its own distinct, maybe more European-influenced style.
Definitely aiming to attract North Americans with that mix of flair and comfort, huge variety on board, unique attractions like Cliffhanger, plus Ocean Cay. It's a strong package.
For sure. And we got to remember, these are early days, first impressions. We'll get a clearer picture as more regular folks sail on her and share their experiences.
Exactly. The real test comes over the next few months of regular service.
So here's a final thought for everyone listening. With MSC making such a strong play here and this ship kind of borrowing or echoing elements from different popular lines, Could MSC World America represent, I don't know, the future direction of cruising for a really wide audience?
Yeah.
Or will its European roots keep defining the experience in unique ways that set it apart?
That's the big question, isn't it? How these global lines adapt and innovate, and whether we see more convergence or continued differentiation in the experiences they offer. It'll be fascinating to watch.
We'd love to hear what you think. Have you sailed to MSC before? Thinking about World America? Let us know in the comments or find us over on the YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the MSC World America.